Hello students, boys and girls. I hope you're enjoying your journey on this flight of chemistry grade 10. So now as we continue our journey, we will be learning about balancing of chemical equations. Before we go to the balancing, I would like to give you a brief view about the weightage of chemistry in your board exams. So the science paper is for 80 marks, out of which 26 marks would be for chemistry. Apart from this, you also have 20 marks for internal assessments, and these internal assessments of 20 marks include all the three subjects of physics, chemistry and biology. So you'll be doing your practicals, you'll maintain your practical records. Apart from that, you'll have other assessments and also a portfolio. Now let's quickly see what are the type of questions you'll be asked in your board exams. So CBSE will judge you on the basis of your competencies, which are based on demonstration of knowledge and then application of knowledge and analyzing and creating. So demonstration of knowledge will include state, name, list, questions related to this. Application would include calculating, illustrating, showing, then distinguishing, then analyzing and evaluating and creating would include questions related to interpreting, analyzing, examining. Okay. So with this knowledge about what will be asked in the board exams, let us quickly do a recap of what was done in the last class. So we had done about the physical change and chemical change. We did about what is a chemical reaction, then what is a chemical equation, and the terms related with chemical equation, that is word equation, skeletal equation and balanced chemical equation. Today we will do a little detail about these terms. Word equation, as the name indicates, I think you all now would have got a feel of it. That word equation is a chemical reaction represented using the words of the substances in a equation. Then we come to skeletal equations. Skeletal equations are when we have the formulae and symbols in the equation. For example, hydrogen reacts with oxygen to give water. So we have here hydrogen H2, oxygen is O2 and water is H2O. Similarly, all these equations are chemical equations where we have represented the chemical reactions using their symbols and formulae. Okay, now let us try and write or convert a few word equations into chemical equations. So for this, let us take potassium chlorate on heating gives potassium chloride and oxygen. This is an example. So KClO3 gives KCl plus O2. Now let's try and do this. Okay, I'm sure you will be able to do. Aluminium, yes, symbol is Al. Excellent. And oxygen, O2, wonderful. And it gives aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Wonderful, wonderful. You're good going. You all are now able to do the conversions of word equations into skeletal equations. Then we have sodium carbonate reacts with calcium cyanide to give sodium cyanide and calcium carbonate. So let's write sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. Then calcium cyanide is CaCN, the whole twice, gives sodium cyanide plus calcium carbonate. Okay, so we have converted the word equation into skeletal equation. Now let's go and see why we should balance a chemical equation. Why should the chemical equation be balanced? So students, if you all remember, you've done the laws of chemical combination in your grade 9. So the first law was law of conservation of mass. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. So we cannot remove atoms, we cannot add extra atoms, and we cannot change the formula. So what is the option left for us? We have to balance the number of atoms of each and every element on the reactant side and the product side. So that is known as balancing of chemical equations. It is very, very important to balance the chemical equation because all the equations and reactions obey the law of conservation of mass given by Lavoisier. So let us see an equation of iron reacting with oxygen. Iron reacts with oxygen to give iron oxide. Okay. So now iron is Fe, oxygen O2 gives Fe2O3. These are the reactants, these are the products. Now you all know these terms very well. Yes. Now if you see on the reactant sides, we have one iron. On the product side, we have two iron atoms. On the reactant sides, we have two oxygen, and on the product side, there are three oxygens. That means the number of iron on the reactant side and the product side is not balanced. Similarly, the number of oxygens on the reactant side and on the product side is again not balanced. So we need to balance. So for balancing, there are certain rules we need to follow. Okay. The main part about balancing is the coefficient. Coefficient is the number which is added in front of the formula. It is never added below the formula, in front of the formula. These are the numbers which are known as coefficients. So balancing of chemical equations, we will see how to do it stepwise. Okay. So here one balancing is shown, hydrogen reacting with oxygen to give water. Now in order to make this 2, we had two atoms of hydrogen here, two atoms of hydrogen on the reactant side, two oxygens on the reactant side, but in the equation we had only one oxygen. So the equation actually was H2 plus O2 gives H2O. Yes. So in order to make this 2 oxygens of reactants, on the product also we have to have 2. So what did we do? We added this coefficient. Once you add a coefficient, there is a possibility that the number of atoms of the other element may change. So we need to keep adding coefficients and checking at every step whether the equation is balanced or not. Okay. So now let us see how we can do it. So now let us see the balancing of this equation. First let us write a skeletal equation. So the skeletal equation for this would be Fe plus O2 gives Fe2O3. That is, iron reacts with oxygen to give iron oxide. So for balancing, the first step is to make boxes and note down the number of atoms on the reactant side and the product side. So let us make a box. Now these boxes, students, you need to make only till you are actually good with balancing. Once you learn the balancing, you don't need to make these boxes. You can directly balance the equations. So here we'll write what are the elements in the reaction. Here we'll write the number of atoms on the reactant side and the product side. So here our elements are iron and oxygen. Iron on the reactant side we have one atom, and on the product side we have two atoms. Oxygen on the reactant side we have two atoms, and on the product side we have three atoms. So now let us start balancing the iron atoms. Now in order to make this one atom into two, I can add a coefficient. Coefficient is a number which is added in front of the formula. So I make this 2Fe plus O2 gives Fe2O3. I've just added one coefficient, one at a time you can add. Okay. Now again let me make the box to check whether all the atoms are balanced or not. So here I have Fe, oxygen, and again now Fe here on the reactant side we have 2. On the product side we have 2 atoms. Oxygen on the reactant sides is 2, product side is 3. Now if you see, the Fe is balanced, iron is balanced, excellent, very good. But oxygen is not balanced. So in order to balance the oxygen, now we will add a coefficient. I have to make this 2 into 3. So let me add the coefficient 3. So I put the equation as 2Fe plus the coefficient 3O2 gives Fe2O3. Now again let me make my box to check. Now the elements iron, oxygen, the reactant side, the product side. Here I have iron 2 and here also 2. Oxygen here is 3 2s are 6. And on the product side we have only 3 oxygens. So oxygen is still not balanced. So now let me again make another box and check. So our equation here is, we can make this 3 into 6 by multiplying with a 2. Yes, so the coefficient we need to add is 2. So we'll add 2Fe plus 3O2. This is as it was in the last step. Now I am adding a coefficient 2 in front of the formula Fe2O3 because I wanted to make this 3 into 6. So now let me make my box again and check for the balanced atoms. So I have here Fe, oxygen, and Fe here is 2 on the reactant side. Product side, now if you see, iron has become 2 2s are 4. And here oxygen on the reactant side is 6, oxygen on the product side is 6. So oxygen is balanced now. Very good. Now in order to make this 2 into 4, I can multiply with a 2. So 2 into 2, so I need to add here a 4. Yes, 4Fe plus 3O2 gives 2Fe2O3. So if you see here, there are 4 iron atoms. Here we have 3 2s are 6 oxygen atoms, and on the product side we have 4 iron atoms and 2 3s are 6 oxygens. So now the iron is balanced on both sides, oxygen is also balanced on both sides. So this becomes a balanced chemical equation for the reaction iron reacting with oxygen to give iron oxide. This is how you need to balance the equation. Now let's try and balance this equation of a simple equation, hydrogen reacting with oxygen to give water. Let's write the skeletal equation. Okay. Now we'll make the boxes. Let's continue by making boxes. We have here hydrogen, we have oxygen. Hydrogen on the reactant side you have 2, and on the product side you have 2. Oxygen on the reactant side you have 2, but on the product side there is only 1 atom of oxygen. So this was the first step. So in order to make this 2, what do we do? 1 into 2. So we'll do, let's write H2 plus O2 gives, we have to make this 1 into 2. So we remember, students, you cannot put this. We have already done about it. This changes the formula. So the coefficient needs to be added. Okay. Now let's check for the number of atoms. Now we have again hydrogen, oxygen, and we have here 2 and 2. Here we have, here if you see, we have 2 2s are 4 hydrogens. So 4 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. So our oxygen is balanced but not the hydrogen. So in order to make this into 4, what do? We multiply with a 2. So we have our final, I think it will be balanced now. 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. So here we have 4 hydrogens, and here we have 2 oxygens, here we have 4 hydrogens and 2 oxygens, so our equation is balanced. So this is a balanced chemical equation. So this way you're supposed to keep balancing the equations till all the atoms of every element in the reaction on the reactant side and the product side, they have the same number of atoms. So the element on the reactant side and on the product side should have the same number of atoms. Okay. So there are certain rules for balancing which you already know. This is just for you to understand it better. So first, very important is you need to write the correct formula when you are writing a chemical equation. So you're given a chemical reaction, you have to write the chemical equation. So firstly, write the correct formula. Second, then you see that the reactants and products are on the correct side, that is reactants on the left hand side and products on the right hand side of the arrow mark. Then you can, as I've told you, start with making boxes and see that you write what are the elements, then the number of atoms of each element on the reactant side, product side. Reactant side, product side. There may be 2 elements, there may be 3 elements, there may be 4 elements. Make the box. Okay. Then start stepwise. Start with one element, then go to the next. And continue this till you balance all the elements in the reaction. Okay. And the coefficient is always added in front of the formula, never at the bottom. Okay. 3 things you cannot do. You cannot change the formula, very very important. You cannot add atoms, you cannot subtract atoms. So what you can do, you can add coefficients and start balancing the equation. So I hope you have understood the balancing. You will be able to do as in when you practice more. So I've given you a self-check assessment. Try to balance these equations and I'm sure you will be able to do. It may take a little time initially. Don't panic about that. But then the more you practice, it is like mathematics. The more you practice, the better. Okay. So before I leave, I'll give you some tips is learn the symbols and formulae very well, because if your formula is incorrect, how much ever you struggle with balancing, you'll not be able to balance the equation. So your formula should be correct, your symbols should be correct. Okay. And the valencies in the formulae. Yes. Then and practice these balancing worksheets because they're going to help you to balance the equations very well and it make it very easy. Then I leave you with a few facts of chemistry and that's all for this video now. More in the next video, we will continue our journey with chemical reactions and equations. Thank you and hope you're having a wonderful time.